Hey there guys, Raj here. I hope you guys are doing well. I am back with another discussion based video, fragrance related obviously. The last one I did was called Fragrances, How to Appreciate Notes. So if you haven't checked that one out, I'll leave the link in the description box and go and check it out. This one is called Fragrances, How Important Are Compliments? So I know maybe some of you guys will be thinking, the last thing we need is another video talking about compliments, but here is another video talking about compliments. I may not be adding anything new to the whole discussion. I'm just going to give my view, basically. So let me just start off with my scent of the day, actually. So I'm wearing a fragrance from Tom Ford's Private Blend, and this one is called Lise Fume, or Lise Fume. Really, really lovely fragrance. I've really been getting back into Tom Ford. I have a sample of Champagne Absolute, which kind of is like in the same style of this one. Lise Fume, I don't know the exact translation, but it's something like smoked lilies, or smoked lily, or something like that. So lily obviously being a flower, but actually it is kind of like almost spicy. It's like a floral with a bite to it, It's not a fruity, floral, fresh kind of aroma. It's a little bit on the boozier, darker side. This is a very, very interesting fragrance. So, compliments. I'm going to talk about my experience with compliments, what I think about them, and what I think about the attitude of some people people on YouTube or on the online fragrance community, and my thoughts on their attitudes towards fragrance compliments. So, my experience with compliments. Do I get compliments? Well, yeah, I do. And it's not actually a difficult thing to achieve, I don't think. I mean, you just have to use your intuition. If a fragrance smells kind of pleasing to you and you get a gut feeling that most people are going to like it, and you are really concerned about what people think about your fragrance, it's not really difficult to pick up a fragrance, spray it on, and you will smell much better than you did before. So getting a compliment I don't think is actually any science needed. There's no calculations required. There's no testing really required. It's quite straightforward, actually. Do I get compliments? Yeah, I do. But who do I get compliments from? Well, definitely none from strangers. I hear a lot of people, oh, I walked into the supermarket and the person there gave me a compliment. That's never happened to me. It happened to my dad once, actually, interestingly. But it's never happened to me. I mean, yes, okay, I walked into the post office, but obviously I knew the lady there, kind of. So that's not really random, but really, nobody who I don't know has given me a compliment. What about at work? This is interesting because a lot of people I've watched on YouTube will talk about, I stepped into work and within the first 10 minutes, I got 10 compliments. I'm exaggerating, but you get my point. And at work, I actually never received any, forget about compliments, not even like a comment. So in all my working years, I have received 2 compliments. One, and both were actually quite interesting fragrances. I was kind of a little bit more experimental with what I wore and what I wore at work. And one of them, or the first time, was from Check and Speak, and that was called Frankincense and Myrrh, which isn't actually as heavy as it might sound. And the other one was from Frappin, which is called 1270, which is actually a gourmand, so it's a little bit of a strange choice for work. But those are the only 2 compliments I've received at work. So yeah, I can't really say that, my colleagues are talking about my fragrances. Some of them know that I do reviews, and most people don't really take any interest in fragrances, to be honest. Okay, so who do I get my compliments from? Well, friends and family. People who know you, who know that you are wearing fragrances, who know that you review and will kind of come up to you and say, oh, what are you wearing today? And they'll come up to me and smell my fragrance. If you hug them, they'll always ask, oh, what fragrance are you wearing today? That's interesting. So yeah, I do get a lot of compliments from friends and family. A lot of comments. It's kind of like a conversation starter at sometimes, because when some people pick up on something that is quite unique to them, it kind of like evokes like a reaction from them, and they want to know a little bit more, and they are very inquisitive. So yeah, so that's kind of like my life in compliments. I'm not getting a compliment every day. It's not that frequent. Well, frequent in the sense that when I meet friends and family, yes, it is. But on a daily basis, at work, you're at work most of the time, nobody really mentions the scent that I'm wearing. So yeah, so that's kind of like my life with compliments. Um, what about um, what about what do I think about compliments? How to answer the question of this video? How important are they? I think they are, and I think they aren't at the same time. The reason I think compliments are important, it's not necessarily about receiving a nice comment from somebody. I'm more concerned with not offending somebody. That's really my main concern. Even though I wear fragrances for myself, and yes, generally in life, I don't really care what anybody has to say about me. Like, not that I go about offending people or intentionally offending people, but if people aren't coming up to me and saying, "Oh, Raj, you smell amazing today," and I get like 10, 15 compliments in a day, I'm really not that bothered. What I try to achieve is if somebody comes up to me and thinks, they may not say it, but if they think, "Man, that guy smells weird today. He has got some disgusting fragrance. I want to step away from him. I don't want to talk with him. I don't want to be in this guy's presence." Then that's a problem. And then I do care about, and I am sort of mindful of that, and I have a consideration, for people around me. It doesn't matter if they don't love my fragrance, but it does matter to me if they dislike it. So the way I choose my fragrances, depending on the social scenario I'm going to be in, is kind of tailored to that scenario. If I want to be a little bit more experimental, like I have been in the past, I'll maybe think about, who am I meeting today? So that compliments are important in that sense. Compliments are not important because I don't really understand the whole importance that some reviewers will place on this one factor, because it is just one factor. If you're reviewing a scent, you want to talk about how it smells, how it performs, when you can wear it, occasions where you can wear it. Compliments is one, it's one factor, it's one part of the review. It's not, for me, it shouldn't be the main focus. That's just my personal opinion, and this is not a dig at any particular reviewer, but we can all have opinions, and we all can sort of like express them on this platform that is YouTube. So yeah, when I hear people say, "Oh, it's all about compliments, it's only important what the ladies think," my opinion on that is that I think it's quite a shallow view to take, because fragrances are so much more than what somebody else thinks. I don't need somebody else to validate my decisions, right? So if I choose a scent and I say to somebody, "Which one do you like, A, B, or C?" and they say, "I like fragrance B." If I prefer fragrance A, I'm going to be buying fragrance A. I'm going to be wearing that scent. If somebody else likes that one, well, maybe I'll wear it when I'm in their presence, or maybe I'll just wear it, But I'm not going to be that hung up on, I'm not going to be waiting, on their every single word, like, does this person like it? Do they like it? Do they like it? Oh, yes, they do. Yes, I got a compliment. It's not like an achievement to me. Because also fragrances are like, I have no input in this whole thing, because I go to a fragrance shop, or I go to online, and I buy a fragrance, and that fragrance is made by somebody else. The whole artistic process that goes into a fragrance, or just the blending of a fragrance, doesn't have to be artistic, is a decision made by somebody else. What influence have I had on that? Nothing really. I've just gone in, picked it up, bought it, and put it on my skin. So if somebody compliments me on the way I smell, that's nice. Yeah, I love it. If somebody says that's great, it is a boost to your confidence, no doubt about it. But the way a fragrance smells is not influenced by me in any way, shape, or form. I know obviously skin chemistry and but what I'm saying is, if I do something nice for somebody, or I do something good at work, or I use my brain, my actions, my words to do something, and somebody compliments you on that, they say, "Oh, like you're at work, oh, good presentation, Raj," or "Oh, thanks for doing that thing, whatever you did for me, that's really nice." Those are the things that are more important to me. those are the things that are influenced by my own actions, whereas a fragrance is like a perfumer has made it and I just pick it up and spray it on my skin. So how much importance can you really place on something that is technically, you know, really it's out of your hands? Not really too much, to be honest. You know, a fragrance is like part of your whole aura, part of your whole image, or one piece of the jigsaw, you know. So you need everything in place, all the pieces to fit together to really get a good compliment and make it count. So yeah, I mean, and one thing I don't understand with YouTube is I had never really thought about compliments before I started watching YouTube videos. Like, I never really thought about, oh, how many people are gonna, you know, say you smell nice, because my goal is for me to smell nice, and, you know, whatever else happens is like a bonus, really. So, you know, I don't buy a new shirt or buy a new pair of shoes or I buy a new watch and go out into the world and expect, you know, 10 people to compliment me. So why would I have that expectation with a fragrance when it's just an accessory? It's part of my whole image. It's one part of me. So yeah, you know, I sometimes find that the focus on what maybe ladies think, not that it's not important, it is. You want to smell nice to other people, absolutely. You want to smell nice for yourself first. But the importance of what other people place and their opinions on the fragrance that you wear on your skin, that you buy with your own money, I find that a little bit strange. I think it's like skewed all the way on one side of the scale. It's not a very balanced view when it comes to fragrances. So I don't really know what else I can say on this topic, to be honest. I mean, you know, this is like a discussion based video pretty much, you know, even though I'm talking to the camera. Obviously I want you guys to give me your input. You know, is this whole topic just tired and you know, this video is completely pointless, or, you know, do you agree with some of my points? Do you disagree? You know, whatever you have to say, just say it. You know, I think compliments at the end of the day, just in summary, it's great to receive a compliment, and sometimes I do wear fragrances depending on the scenario, the social situation. I tailor it to that scenario to make sure that I come across as somebody who is good smelling. I want to smell good first to myself, and if somebody else comes up to me, which they do, then, you know, it's just a bonus. It's not the be all and end all. It's not my main focus. By the way, the main thing, I don't know if I've ever mentioned to this or whether you guys would know this, when I test a fragrance, the number one factor, the number one thing that I focus on is how it smells. Not really all these other things around it. They are important. Performance is important. You want it to last a long time. But how it smells is the most important thing with a fragrance. That's it. Guys, thanks for watching. I do appreciate your support, and you know, feel free to hit the like button, feel free to subscribe, and if you haven't checked out my Facebook page, go and check it out. I recently did a post where I went to Harrods in London, tested some new fragrances, took a few pictures, so it kind of gives you an insight into my life, but still kind of fragrance related. Take care, thanks for watching.